Over the past few weeks, Mid-Michigan Now has been getting messages from people who say they are receiving 1099-G tax forms. Now, this form is what you get when you get unemployment benefits. The problem? All of these people say they never filed for unemployment in their life. The state says they are all victims of fraud. Hundreds of millions of your tax dollars being paid out to scammers. Tamarius Anderson has struggled during the pandemic. He has been trying to get Michigan unemployment benefits for almost the past year. Tamarius has spent hours calling the state, but to no avail.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I need all the help I can get.
I broke the news to Tamarius that hundreds of millions of dollars is being paid out to people who never ask for it.
They can continue to get it, and I can't even get my claim to go through. You know, every week they're calling Marvin or Bike Weekly, and they're steady getting free money. But here it is, me. I'm suffering.
Shannon Visger is also furious, not because she can't get unemployment, but that someone stole her identity to file several claims. She learned her identity had been stolen by someone to get benefits when she got a tax form in the mail.
For a lack of a better word, I mean, I'll be blunt. The driver's license, my driver's license didn't match, they said. Well, the Secretary of State is also a state agency. Should there not be a cross-check?
So how massive is this problem? We spent 2 weeks working to get someone from the Unemployment Insurance Agency to answer our questions. Linda Robinson with the UIA eventually wrote back saying they won't know the total amount of fraud for a while. She did say it's going to be at least hundreds of millions of your tax dollars. Visger said this should have never happened.
So there should be some type of check and balance. And like I told you, the part that frustrated me is the fact that I actually got a 1099 when in October they knew it was fraud.
Michigan has paid out a whopping $29.8 billion in unemployment to 3.1 million people since March 15th of last year. But what the state won't say is how many of those claims are fraudulent. Someone even tried to steal the identity of Michigan's Attorney General.
You know, somebody applied for unemployment insurance to the state of Michigan using my name and my information. So, you know, I mean, they'll do it with anybody.
So you may be asking yourself, how did this happen? Are there not safeguards in place to prevent this sort of fraud? Robinson tells me in order to get unemployment, you need to have a social security number, date of birth, and your driver's license. But in the beginning of the pandemic, the state was not verifying information when people applied for the extra $600 in federal benefits. She said the Federal CARES Act wouldn't allow them to verify those details. Anderson says that's ridiculous.
I don't have the power to put blame in a certain department, but at the same token, our unemployment system needs definitely a makeover, an overhaul.
Mid-Michigan Now asked Governor Whitmer the same questions. How could all of this cash slip through the cracks?
I think there's been a lot of examination into that, and we take it very seriously. The unfortunate part of the crisis that we were all in and that we're trying to move so quickly in is that there were people who are unscrupulous who tried to take advantage of the moment. And certainly it didn't just happen in Michigan, it happened in other states too. We take it seriously, and we're working to recover every dollar that should not have been paid out.
Robinson with the UIA says the state has now hired the accounting firm of Deloitte to oversee suspicious claims and is working with law enforcement to pursue them. Shannon says this should have never happened and someone needs to be held accountable. Hopefully they'll learn their lesson on this.
I would hope so. I mean, again, whether they learn a lesson or not, they need to evaluate the process that they have in place and improve it.
There have been several people across the state arrested for unemployment fraud. If convicted, they could face prison time and have to repay 1.5 times the amount of benefits received. I'm going to continue to stay on this story and make sure we get the total amount of unemployment fraud and how much of it the state is able to recover.
Now